Pranams and a very good morning to all respected elders and dear brothers and sisters. We welcome you to being heartful every day with Swadhyaya. This week, we begin a new journey of exploration. After having discussed the many methods of training that are available in the Heartfulness Way, we come to a very significant aspect that we all could attend to, that we all could think about and notice and observe. What do all these practices together culminate into? Another interesting question that may arise in our minds, and which, if we have been practicing for some time, it could be 1 year, a few months, or perhaps many years. Have we been able to observe the connection, the interconnection between all these practices? Which means, though each practice is complete in itself, yet there is an interconnection between all of them. They all complement each other. Together, they build the structure upon which the foundation of a practitioner's life lies. So, what is this connection? Can I do one of the practices and leave out the others if each one of them is complete in themselves? Maybe I do one or two, but I do not find time or inclination, or perhaps not understand the importance of the third one. This is something that each one of us has to dive deep within ourselves and understand at a very fundamental level. That it is when all these practices are done together that the strong foundation is built, that the whole system becomes complete in its efficacy. As we continue further from the Heartfulness Way, Book 2, the section called the Complementarity of the Practices in the chapter Methods in Training, it brings a very interesting dimension of our understanding before us. On page 127, when the question is posed to Daji, do individual practices work independently? And can a newcomer choose to pick just one or two in isolation? Or are they complementary and a full package? His response: well, each practice has its purpose, and together they dovetail into something whole. If you meditate without cleaning, you'll be stuck with heaviness. If you clean without meditating, you will have a clean vessel, but be stuck with no focus on the journey and the destination. And if you do both meditation and cleaning without prayer, the practice will be dry, without the flow of love and communion. Now, what does this indicate to us? Does it invite us to reflect on the way we are doing our practice as of now? What we mean here is, initially, when we take the first 3 sessions with a trainer, we are invited just to help us settle down in heartfulness, that you at least begin with one practice, then add on the second, then add on the third, just so that the newcomer, the new abhyasi, the new practitioner can find it easy to make the complete heartfulness system an integral part of life. But does that mean that we are asked to stay that way? Just pick one or two and not do all of them once we get settled in our practice? That is what each one of us has to ask ourselves with complete honesty. Am I, as a practitioner of the system, doing all the fundamental practices as part of my sadhana? We just read how they complement each other, and even if one practice is missing, it does signify something. This week, as we explore trust and faith, tomorrow, starting tomorrow, we will be able to see how the complementarity of the practices, all of these practices which we have explored in depth, when they are taken together, they help in building trust and faith. We invite our brothers and sisters to go through the Heartfulness Way too, and the corresponding part in Babuji's book Reality at Dawn. And we come to the aspects for contemplation now. We are invited to reflect on our practice, on our journey so far, and ask ourselves this question: what transformation does each heartfulness practice bring to my life? When I do the cleaning, what do I feel within myself? What does it bring to my day? What has it brought to me as a person navigating this world? How do I feel when I have completed my cleaning? What is that feeling within me right after I finish my cleaning? Is it different from the way I feel when I have just completed my meditation? This is like going deeper into the immediate result that I experience within me of each of these practices. And then later, we will also ask ourselves, overall, when any practice is not part of my routine, any one practice is not part of my routine, what shifts am I able to notice in my inner state, balance, or progress? Even if one goes missing, let us say I do my meditation and cleaning, but I am unable to find time to do my bedtime prayer at night. The next day, do I notice a shift in my morning meditation? Is there a difference perhaps in the number of thoughts, in my ability to sit still and meditate deeply? Does it bring about a change in the depth of my meditation the next day? Revered Daji has often said and even noted in his book, The Heartfulness Way, Book 1, that we are the experimenters, we are the experiment, and we also are the outcome of the experiment, which means that if we shift our practice even the slightest bit, whether it is in the way we do our practice, the time at which we do the elements of the practice, the attitude with which we do each of the elements of the practice, or do just one or two, doing all of these things will itself be able to show us the shift that happens with or without in our inner state, in our balance, in our progress, in the way we are able to respond to different situations, in our interpersonal relationships, in the clarity of mind, in the evolution or missing of love towards all beings, in the general way we find ourselves still and calm. There are so many things. So today let us sit with these questions as we sit and contemplate, and then note down the answers that emerge from within in our notebooks, diaries, or journals. Let us now begin our sadhana for the day with point B, cleaning. We begin with an intention. At the end of this cleaning, point B will be light, and we will be immersed in the glow of the soul. Fixing our attention on point B, we begin with a sankalpa. All the heaviness and impurities are going out of point B from the front of the body. As this process goes on, the glow of the soul begins to appear from behind. Let us now prepare our hearts to receive the inspiration from beloved Babuji Maharaj. Let us bring into our hearts a state of softness and tenderness, of willingness to receive His presence. Whispers from the brighter world, beloved Master, revered Babuji Maharaj. Monday, December 10th, 2012, 10 a.m. The beauty of nature is an eternal delight for an attentive person. All creation is a perfect achievement of such diversity. The wise man appreciates and is thankful for the uniqueness of what he is granted. On this point, planet Earth is very privileged, which is not the same for all planets. Respect for nature is an act of faith and love offered to higher powers. An incarnation here below is an opportunity for humans to diversify their action. The spectrum of options is very large. Everyone tries to find their place and for the most part to act as best they can. It is not always easy to face up to things, to find one's way in this hectic world that is not conducive to interiorization. A fervent heart manages to achieve it. This call is the strongest when a human being is touched by grace. What had seemed impossible can happen and thus change his life. Gradually, or sometimes very suddenly, light dawns upon him. He then discovers new facets of his personality, and his life takes on a different direction in this area. Everything can change when faith is great and its effects are deep. God has many resources which incarnate masters use for everyone's good. Everyone receives what they should receive. A fervent soul attracts grace incessantly. Thus continues the cycle of incarnation through the ages. A strong and sincere appeal is always heard, whether they are physical or moral tests are significant elements in a lifetime. They allow everyone to understand the true meaning of an incarnation, where nothing is easy for anyone, but is in line with the consequences of past lives. An incarnation is an opportunity granted to everyone so that their destiny can be realized. Babuji Maharaj. Let us offer our gratitude to beloved Babuji forever by our side, for forever helping us, guiding us, waiting for us. Let us connect to the source of the divine light within the heart. Connect to the presence of our Master within our heart. With humility, offer him our prayer. O Master, thou art the real goal of human life. We are yet but slaves of wishes, putting bar to our advancement. Thou art the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. With all the love, with all surrender, let us meditate together. Those who wish to continue meditating can leave the call. Let us become aware of the condition within the heart. Become aware of our feelings at all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The condition is being imbibed and absorbed into every cell of the body, every nerve, every fiber, soaking in the condition. All the subtle body is being absorbed with the condition. It is now expanding to everything surrounding us. Everything absorbed with the same condition. We are now dissolving into the condition, and only the condition remains. Let us now take a couple of minutes to note down in our diaries the experience of the meditation, any insights we may have received. We request all our brothers and sisters to also make use of the additional reading material, additional videos of Beloved Daji speaking on the theme. All of these remain available in the BHED section of the Sunday of the week. So for trust and faith, all this extra material that is offered to us is available if we go to 15th of March, that is yesterday, the beginning of the week. All the aspects for contemplation also that are offered as part of the whole week remain available on the Sunday of the week under that. Let us make use of all of that. Let us deepen our understanding and experience of the system. We meet again at 8:50 p.m. tonight. Until then, we wish all our brothers and sisters a wonderful day ahead. Namaste.